Welcome to Standing the Night Watch, strategy and leadership reflections while your team sleeps and you prepare for tomorrow. I'm your host, Mike Targus, retired Marine and leadership coach. In these quiet moments, I'll read aloud from the Marine Corps doctrinal publications, not as a lesson, but as a meditation. Each passage is chosen to invite stillness, clarity, and thoughtfulness as we consider the weight of leadership and sharpen our strategic and tactical mind. Whether you're winding down, standing post, or simply seeking a calm reflection, this space is for you. As the day's battle winds down, we begin. Adapting. Victory smiles upon those who anticipate the changes in the character of war, not upon those who wait to adapt themselves after they occur. Duhé. The modern battlefield is characterized by friction, uncertainty, disorder, and rapid change. In this episode, we'll discuss ways to think about adapting and modifying our decisions based on changing circumstances and opportunities that present themselves. Adaptability means shortening the time it takes to adjust to a new situation. There are two basic ways to adapt: anticipation and improvisation. Anticipation. The first way to adapt is to anticipate. We introduce new methods, schemes, and plans for future use. We must be able to forecast future actions. This forecast often considers what we learned through trial and error, in training, or in actual combat. Anticipatory adaptation, adapting our actions in advance, apply to all levels of command. Lower levels use immediate action drills and standard operating procedures, SOPs. These are practiced and pre-designed generic actions which we anticipate in common situations. They allow us to act in a predetermined and coordinated way in a short amount of time. Improvisation. These are spur-of-the-moment decisions without preparation. Improvisation is key in maneuver warfare and requires creative, intelligent, and experienced leaders. With an intuitive appreciation for what works and what does not. Improvisation is of critical importance to increasing speed. We must understand the senior commander's intent so that we can adjust our own actions to meet the desire of the higher commander. We improvise. Flexible plans. Flexible plans can enhance adaptability by establishing a course of action that provides for multiple options. We block an enemy's avenue of approach with one unit covering 2 axes of advance. The unit has flexibility to defend on either. Plans call for branches or branch plans, which are options. We plan these in advance. Plans can also have sequels, which are pre-planned follow-on operations that we anticipate a high likelihood of occurring. Both branches and sequels prepare us for several different actions. We keep these as small in number as possible so that our people may know them adequately and we can rehearse them. Planning branches and sequels helps us anticipate future courses of action for ourselves as well as the actions of our enemy. This helps us accelerate the decision cycle. Flexible plans avoid unnecessary detail. Too much detail consumes time in planning, restricts our people's latitude, and can be difficult to learn. However, flexible plans can be easily changed. Simple plans are more easily adapted to rapidly changing complex and fluid situations. The kind of situations we'll experience in combat. Decentralization. Decentralization is another good way to improve adaptability, with authority being placed down to the commander on the scene. This commander has the required authority to execute based on the situation they see. Decentralization decreases reaction time for the entire unit. We must have confidence in our people and the leaders in our organization to operate in a decentralized manner. For adaptation to be effective, commanders must be ready to exploit unexpected situations. We cannot remain tied to plans that are no longer relevant. We make the best possible preparations to take advantage of unforeseen opportunities. Cooperation. The first element of command and control is people. People who gather information, make decisions, take action, communicate, and cooperate with one another in accomplishing a common goal. Marine Corps Doctrinal Publication 6, Command and Control. Everything we seek to accomplish in tactics requires cooperation, a team effort. If efforts are not in harmony, the result is seldom decisive. Control in combat. It is probably a mistake to speak of control in combat. It is too chaotic. Rather, we should speak of cooperation. Cooperation is defined as follows: the union of self-discipline and initiative in pursuit of a common goal. Therefore, cooperation can be viewed as a component of control. Control can generally be divided into two types: centralized and decentralized. We tend to think of control in one direction, top-down. However, in combat, or any time-sensitive environment, a decentralized command and control system is required, where control actually works from the bottom up. Direction is given from the top. Feedback and initiative is taken from the bottom up. Cooperation means we take initiative to help those around us accomplish their shared mission. We will accomplish more and work together far more effectively when we communicate laterally, not only to the higher headquarters. This is centralized command and control. Discipline. How do we prepare to cooperate when the going is difficult? Marine Corps discipline. In the face of adversity and difficulty, discipline enables individuals to pursue what is best for those around them, their unit, and the Marine Corps. Individuals and units might have the desire, but without discipline, they are unable to accomplish the mission. Discipline is founded not only on obedience, but a sense of duty. Discipline comes from two sources when cooperating: imposed discipline and self-discipline. The first type of discipline, imposed, is often associated with military discipline. instant obedience to orders. External in nature. Ensuring compliance. It can be rigid and paralyzing, and it can destroy initiative. Imposed discipline may also make units vulnerable to the effects of chaos and uncertainty and unanticipated situations. However, self-discipline is an internal force. This is the professional obligation Marines have to know what is right, to cooperate with every other Marine in pursuit of common goals. It is an obligation for each individual. And the Marine Corps culture demands a powerful feeling toward self-discipline. This type of cooperation, that which comes from self-discipline, cannot be imposed by a coach or a leader. It depends on the individual. When we speak of a discipline failure, a failure to act, it is often a personal failure. Discipline is absolute. There is no time off for a professional. You may not be in charge, but you have a professional responsibility to execute toward the common goal. Discipline is a mindset, a way of thinking and behaving. It runs through everything we do. Modern tactics, modern strategy. Modern strategic and tactical thinking rely on cooperation. And cooperation, in turn, depends on discipline. Discipline is both imposed and self-discipline. As leaders, we create a climate of self-discipline and a high level of initiative that can flourish. This climate depends on us. Words are easy. Many speak of self-discipline. However, Marines, all people, judge actions, not words, and respond most positively to leadership by example. If the leader creates a climate where perfect discipline is expected and demonstrated, cooperation will follow. Thank you for standing the night watch. If this time helped center your thoughts or gave you something to carry into the battle tomorrow, I'm glad. These words, which are drawn from the Marine Corps' doctrine, aren't just for war, they're for life. If you'd like more reflections like this, subscribe to this channel or visit center-desk.com. Until next time, hold the line and lead well.